So I know this is a strange title for my video. No one will know me at the grocery store. But it's real. Like, I moved to a new city and nobody knows me here. Where I lived before, I had lived in different houses and I had lived there pretty much my whole life between a couple little towns. But I would run into somebody at the grocery store that I knew almost every time of my life. Every time I went to the grocery store, up until I'm 46 years old, I would run into somebody I knew at the store. And I'm sitting here in the parking lot waiting to go into an Albertsons, and nobody will know me when I walk in. There won't be anybody here that is going to be like, "Oh, hey, Sherry." I will just be a stranger walking down the aisle. And it's really a weird thought for me, because I didn't think that was like anything that, I don't know. I'm just sitting here in the parking lot and this is coming to me. Like, that's what happens when you change your life. And I've changed my whole life. And it's not a bad feeling. It's not a good feeling. It's just a weird feeling that this is my life now, and I won't have that connection to people that I had before. I have to learn to build something new now. I have to learn to be, if I want to know people, I have to go and talk to people. And I really don't want to go talk to people. So I'm going to talk to YouTube instead and tell you that I need to be outgoing. And I won't be outgoing. Not today anyways. But I'll be outgoing enough to post a video. But when you move and like uprooting your life and moving your life 8 hours away, there's people that do it all the time. Like, people live in like the military families. They move all the time, but I didn't. Where I grew up, I lived in 2 houses for 40 years of my life. There was only 5 years of my life that I had moved around different houses, like after high school and after I got married. I moved a couple of times before we ended up buying our permanent house that we had together for 20 years, and I had for 22 years before I left. And then I grew up in the same house my whole life. I never moved. So I grew up in the same high school. My kids, well, one went to a different high school, but they were right close to each other. But like, it was very rare not to see somebody in any store that I went to that I knew, or that and you could always make a connection. Oh yeah, I know this person. I know this person. But here, I'm sure that lots of people here know my husband, but I don't know who he knows up here. He'll introduce me to people and I'm like, I don't know them. And I won't remember their name because I'm bad with names. But I think so when you're like getting ready to like reinvent yourself and move, and granted, this big move wasn't really necessarily my plan. My plan for a long time was just to quit my job that I had and to start a new job. So this is a new thought and a new feeling for me, because I don't even know if I ever really thought about this before I moved here, that I wouldn't have that connection at the grocery store to people. Random thoughts.